Okay, Torah concept, New Testament, build up your faith. Here in Jude 20, calls believers to actively build up their faith through prayer, obedience, and steadfastness in Yeshua. The Torah contains foundational patterns where Israel is commanded to strengthen trust in God through remembrance, obedience, and continual engagement with His Word. So the Torah parallels is 1, Deuteronomy chapter 6, verses 4 through 9. Israel is commanded in the Shema to internalize God's words, to teach them diligently, and to bind them daily to life, forming a continual strengthening of faith. 2, Deuteronomy 8. We are taught that faith is built through dependence on God's word, learning that man does not live by bread alone. Okay, 3, Exodus 17. We're taught that faith is strengthened through intercession as Moshe upheld hands determined victory for Israel, paralleling Jude's emphasis on prayer. 4, Deuteronomy 32. Moshe instructs Israel to set their hearts on God's word because they are your life, showing that faith grows through attentive obedience. 5, Numbers 15. The tassels, the tzitzit, remind Israel to remember and do God's commands, a physical practice designed to build and reinforce our faith. 6, Exodus 19. Israel is called to respond to God's covenant by hearing His voice and keeping His covenant, and active building trust in His promises. And 7, Deuteronomy chapter 4, Israel must guard their hearts and teach future generations, showing that faith is strengthened through intentional remembrance. And then 8, Deuteronomy 31, the public reading of Torah every 7 years is commanded so that Israel may learn to fear the Lord and grow in faith. So the context here is that Jude's call to build up your most holy faith echoes the Torah's repeated patterns. Faith is not passive, but cultivated through remembering God's works, obeying His commands, engaging continually with His word. The Torah presents faith building as a rhythm of life, hearing, doing, praying, and remembering, just as Jude urges believers to strengthen themselves through prayer and the spirit, steadfast devotion to Yeshua. The core insight here is that the Torah frames faith as something strengthened through disciplined remembrance, obedience, and dependence on God's word. Jude's exhortation continues this pattern, calling believers to actively nurture their trust in God through prayer and steadfast commitment to Yeshua. Again, this is how the Torah is taught in the New Testament. The Torah has not passed away.